Hello, everybody, and welcome to this information session all about retinoids. My name's Alexis. I am the founder of Wildflower Spa. I have been a skin therapist for 17 years now, I think, almost. Hard to believe that much time has gone by. And I am holding this workshop from my home, and it's at night. I'm wearing my beautiful blue light glasses here that sort of make me look a lot like my mother, which maybe isn't a bad thing, but B, I feel like I'm about to give you a lecture on like mathematics or something like that. Anyway, love my blue light glasses because I'm really close to a screen and I want to be able to fall asleep tonight. Hence the glasses. So let's get back to it, shall we? Thank you so much for joining. Most of you are catching the replay. I'm really excited about this one. I absolutely love learning about new ingredients and sharing that information with our community, the wildflower community, which is that of Hamilton, Ontario, around our beautiful brick and mortar store, but also all of you that we touch on social media and those of you around the world that I get to do my one-on-one coaching with, especially in the States. So shout out to all of you beautiful human beings. Thank you for catching this replay. As you know, if you are a current client of the spa, you know that we use such beautiful products. We pay a lot of attention to the products and the ingredients that we bring into the spa. And of course, what we do is we use those in our services as well. But I am always looking to take things to the next level. I myself am approaching 45. I'm really getting interested in, maybe a little more medical grade type of skincare, something a little more oomph, for lack of a better word. So that's kind of where my interest in retinoids started. I wanted to sort of dabble in them myself. Personally, like I was kind of freaked out about them. I was afraid of them. I thought they might damage my skin. I hear horror stories from people sometimes about stuff. You see things on the internet. So I'm like, I'm going to research the heck out of this, find out what's really going on. And then, of course, I am the spa's testing human. And I have given everything that we're going to talk about in here a try. So yeah, thank you so much. Welcome to this information session on the power of retinoids. We are going to bust some myths and find out if retinoids are right for you and how Wildflower will be introducing them into the spa through services and home care. What is a retinoid? Let's start at the very beginning and let's avoid some confusion. The term retinoid is an umbrella term used for both synthetic and natural derivatives of retinol. The term retinol is the name of the purest form of vitamin A and used most often to refer to the non-prescription version of retinoids. There are many derivatives and strengths of retinoids available in both over-the-counter and prescription products today. Here are the most popular retinoids. So retinol palmitate, which is a retinol ester down here at the bottom. This form of vitamin A is created by combining retinol, the pure vitamin A, and palmitic acid, a saturated fatty acid derived from palm oil. Retinol palmitate is actually naturally occurring in the skin. Because of the lengthy conversion process required within the skin, it is the least effective of the retinoids. As the weakest form, it is also generally the most well tolerated. Most companies will use this as a antioxidant because it doesn't have a lot of the same properties that like a retinol or retinaldehyde have. The other thing with this kind of thing in terms of companies in their marketing is they'll put in a retinol ester like retinol palmitate or retinol propionate or one of these and then advertise it as a retinol when really you're not going to be getting the effects that you want from retinol, right? Next, we have retinol. So it's important here to distinguish the NOL. This has become the catch-all for all forms of retinoids in skincare marketing. To be exact, retinol is the name for the entire vitamin A molecule and the purest form of the antioxidant vitamin. While its anti-aging benefits are proven, it also has legitimate downsides. Notably, retinol can cause sensitization, irritation, redness, dryness, and unsightly flaking on the skin. What causes retinol damage? Or not damage, irritation, sorry. Well, in order to achieve the unparalleled results of retinol, the molecule must go through a lengthy molecular transformation in the skin as it converts to retinoic acid. Okay, so it's 2 conversion steps to retinoic acid. And for the skin to utilize topical retinols, they first need to be converted into retinoic acid to do what they need to do. That's when they become active. Ironically, while it's known for causing skin sensitivity, retinol is also quite sensitive itself. It needs to be packaged in an opaque, airtight pump, and it is easily degradable in the presence of light and air. So that would be a signal to you if you are purchasing a product that says it has retinol in it, how is it packaged? That'll kind of tell you whether or not it's legitimately retinol. Then up here we have retinaldehyde or retinal. They like to keep us on our toes here. NAL, retinal. Retinal is even more potent and effective on the retinoid scale than retinol itself. Interestingly, retinaldehyde has promise in being an anti-acne treatment without the same harsh side effects of its prescription cousins. Perhaps it is because because it is the most expensive of the retinol class, it's seldom used in topical over-the-counter products. It is reserved for the most savvy producers who want to boast the highest efficacy without a prescription. The default is most often to formulate with the less expensive retinol, and because retinol is a higher potency, when companies use retinol, it looks as though it's got less of it in it, if that makes any sense. So in a marketing perspective, it can give the impression that retinaldehyde isn't as strong, when in actuality, retinaldehyde is higher performing than retinol. It's only 1 conversion step to retinoic acid. And then moving up here on the scale, we have retinoic acid, or tretinoin. So tretinoin is the word for synthetic retinoid. There's a brand name Retin A as well. So this is at the strongest of the retinoids. And as I said, tretinoin is a synthetic vitamin A, and it is only available with a prescription in most countries, I believe both in Canada and the States. When determining the strength or efficacy of a retinoid, the percentage and overall formulation needs to be taken into consideration. Stronger is not always better, and consistency is key. What role do retinoids play in our skin? Retinol is classified as a cell communicating ingredient, which means that it can tell the skin cell how to behave. Retinol tells developing skin cells in the lower layers of the skin, called the dermis, to develop normally instead of a sun-damaged or genetically malformed skin cell. This is how, over time, retinol can address multiple skin concerns. Another way retinol works is also by telling the older cells in the upper layer of the skin to die quicker, which in turn allows the newer, healthier skin to surface faster. This quicker cell turnover rate paired with cell communicating abilities is what makes retinol such a superstar. In skin, retinoids increase cellular turnover. This is different from exfoliation. That's a really important distinction there. Increasing cellular turnover stimulates the skin to produce more new cells, glycosaminoglycans. This will also help naturally increase the production of collagen and elastin, the proteins your skin is made up of, making the skin appear more youthful. This process compacts the stratum corneum, which is the skin's barrier, making it stronger. Vitamin A is also considered an antioxidant, which prevents oxidative damage in occurring cells. Retinoids in our body occur naturally, and they are required for many functions like reproduction, vision, and proliferation of cells, especially skin cells. So what is cell turnover? We talk a lot about that. Cellular turnover essentially is the life cycle of the birth of a cell, how it moves through the layers of the skin, and then eventually dies and sloughs off. So it's shedding dead skin cells and replacing them with new healthy cells. Generally, as we age, you can see down here that the number of days increases. So as we age, cellular turnover slows down. And that's how we end up getting wrinkles, pigmentation, sallow complexion. Sometimes if you have conditions like acne, your cellular turnover rate could be a lot slower as well, even though your age may be lower. What this kind of product does is it stimulates the cells down here, move more quickly upwards, and then to be sloughed off. Okay, my favorite thing to do ever is bust myths, especially in this day of Instagram influencers, everybody being a skin expert and the internet. So let's break into this right now. Number one, you can't include both retinol and chemical exfoliants into your skincare. The skin typically develops a tolerance to retinol over time. This means that the initial few weeks of exposure may be met with some redness, sensitivity, or dryness. Those are potentially normal. But as the skin strengthens, those side effects go away because chemical exfoliants like AHAs, BHAs, lactic acid, etc., can have the same side effect. It may not be smart to combine them in the beginning, but they can be added into the regime as the skin gets more tolerant. I recommend using them separately. So like an exfoliant, maybe in the morning and then your retinol at night, or for sure when you're starting alternating days. I should mention here, I will be divulging some exciting new peel services coming to the spa at the end of this presentation. And we recommend prepping the skin with a retinol to help build up its strength before you start your peel series. So it's all very interesting. Myth number two, you shouldn't use retinol during the day. Many people think it isn't safe to use retinol during the day, and this is just absolutely not true. Retinols themselves are sensitive to sunlight. So it's the retinol that's sensitive to sunlight. So if you applied a retinol product and exposed your skin to the sun immediately, the retinol would be less effective. But the increased risk of sunburn is slim to none. This myth shocked me actually. If you've just started using retinol, your skin may be more sensitive overall as it adapts to the new product, which can make you more likely to burn as it's adapting. So don't forget to wear sunscreen. You're still going to wear your sunscreen. To avoid more sensitivity, I do, however, recommend you use your retinol products at night so they can work while you sleep. I find that helpful. Number three, you shouldn't apply retinol around the eyes. It's totally safe to use retinol around the eyes as long as you do so carefully. I feel that the eye area can definitely benefit from the collagen boosting properties of retinol. It's optimal to start using the retinol product only 2 or 3 days per week, and then you can gradually increase the frequency as your skin becomes more tolerant. And just make sure you apply a generous amount of moisturizing eye cream immediately after the retinol, and be careful not to use too much product at once or to get it into your eye. Makes sense, right? Number four, retinol makes the skin thinner, and that's a bad thing. I know for sure a lot of us at Team Wildflower were thinking this. Yeah. So people believe retinol thins the skin, which is partially true. However, it only thins the outer top layer, which is the stratum corneum, and that's the layer that is made up of dead skin cells. Retinol has been scientifically proven to build up and thicken the collagen layer in the dermis, which makes the skin stronger and healthier. This gives you a beautiful glow and a rosiness to the cheeks. I can attest to this having used the product I'm going to launch later on. I have noticed a total difference in my skin. I'm so happy. Number five, you shouldn't use retinol as it causes peeling. When the skin builds up damage over time, its layers get thicker, and thicker not in like a good, healthy, stronger way. but thicker. I think you can probably kind of imagine what I'm talking about. Contributing to the wrinkly, sort of leathery look of aged skin. Retinol can definitely cause peeling, but that's how it helps the skin become dewy and luminous. We can often also get micro peeling when using a retinoid, and that sort of feels like a fine sandpaper, but that is also normal as the cells are sloughing off. It is not ideal, however, if the peeling continues for weeks or months. In that case, the application should be done less frequently or switching the type of retinoid that you are using. That is usually telling us that you are using it incorrectly for your particular skin type. Myth number 6, retinol delivers instant results. It can take several weeks before you start seeing any significant improvements in the skin, especially if your primary concern is acne or uneven texture. Think back to that cellular turnover graph I showed you and how retinol works. This is the process of the skin. It takes even longer to see desirable results if you're using retinol for treating pigmentation and fighting signs of aging. Don't forget, patience is key. It's a marathon, not a sprint when it comes to using your retinoids. All right, we are excited to announce that we will be bringing in both professional and retail products. Yay! So let me introduce you to Sorella. Sorella is all about improving the skin's barrier, and these are the founders of Sorella, Emily and Danielle. I really enjoy Sorella because of how honest and transparent they are, and the whole skincare line is about improving compromised skin barriers. So often, from a result of skincare routines that are just far too aggressive, we get people coming into the spa saying that they have sensitive skin. I hear it's probably the most often thing that I hear. What's happening though is they are becoming sensitized from using harsh ingredients. Sorella set out to develop a line that helps rebuild and support the skin's outermost layer. They have poured so much love into their line, and we love it too. It's very exciting. This is a product that we are bringing in and incorporating with some new, drum roll, TCA peels. We're selling a new peel series. It's the strongest series we have ever done at the spa. And even more fabulous, they are going to include this 4% retinol boost. I can't wait. You will be enhancing your peel treatment with this powerful 4% retinol. This boost will encourage healthy skin turnover to visibly reduce signs of aging and pigmentation. I can quickly go over some of these complete and utter a rock star ingredients here. We talked about the retinol. Okay, OL. It has vitamin C, less acidic, making it great for sensitive skin, rosacea skin, along with antimicrobial properties. So these boosts are for all skin types. I am especially looking at my pigmentation, aging, and acne clients. Hyaluronic acid, if you don't already know, super plumping, hydrating. Green tea, really, really high in antioxidants. Licorice root is insanely brightening and prevents the further formation of pigmentation. And then shea extract, which is also healing and hydrating. This is going to be in professional only, but do not fret because we have a delightful home care product for you from Sorella called the Resurfacing Elixir. Okay, we know it's going to increase our cell turnover. It's going to lighten hyperpigmentation. Skin appears radiant and more youthful, an even complexion. It strengthens the skin barrier. Let's look at some of these ingredients. So this one, I'm so excited about this. It has retinol. So this is the retinaldehyde. Remember, we talked about that. This one is more potent and stronger, yet it does not have all the potential side effects that retinol has. Niacinamide, which is a B3, great for reducing inflammation. Vitamin C, I want to point out here that this is a stabilized, water-soluble form of vitamin C. Vitamin C is like a hot, super buzzy skincare ingredient. What companies do to sell their product inexpensively to you is just pop in any old vitamin C. And when it is not stabilized, the second you put it on your skin, it oxidizes and is completely useless. I work hard for my money. I want my products that I put onto my skin to be beneficial and healthy, and I want them to do what they say they're going to do. When you use this type of vitamin C, it's also going to help with breakouts and inflammation. Glutathione is another powerful antioxidant and it's brightening. Beta glucans, if you remember, they are humectant, so they're really deeply hydrating. Then we have another hot product here, bakuchiol, which is super hydrating and pairs really beautifully with retinol. It'll calm and soothe and increase absorption of all of the other beautiful products and help you fight and help you fight free radical damage. When formulating resurfacing elixir, we strive for the barrier healing ingredients to help you train the skin to tolerate intensive treatment. So again, this is so exciting for us as professionals because we're seeing a beautiful marriage between your home care and your professional treatments. And so often people are coming in for these peels and we have no idea what you're using, what your skin barrier is like. I just love that they pair so beautifully together. Retinoids are required to support the production of collagen and elastin. So as we age, this depletes and the creation of it slows down. Using a lower dose of a retinoid on a consistent basis can be better for the skin than the usage of a stronger dose. This is again something else I see a lot of especially in my acne clients. They get a very strong prescription from their derm and use the whole tube or whatever, and then they're coming to me with really inflamed, red, sensitized skin. So it may actually be better because what happens is when your skin freaks out like that, you stop using it altogether, right? But what may be actually better is using it less, maybe switching to a retinaldehyde, and then being more consistent. Using a retinoid consistently will aid in repairing the connective tissue, resulting in the firming of fine lines and wrinkles. Other benefits: as we age, the rate of cell skin turnover slows down naturally. So this is just another reminder here of your age. You can find your age. So I'm in this bracket here. 30 to 42 days is my general turnover. When retinoids are introduced to breakout-prone skin, they can assist in balancing oil production and healing post-inflammatory pigmentation. Prevention, I can't stress enough how prevention is so much easier than trying to go back in time and fix something. Incorporating an at-home retinoid can encourage cell turnover on a more consistent basis, making the results of their intensive treatments more visible. So again, going back, I really hope you're going to book those peels when you incorporate it with the elixir with your spa treatments. You get more bang for your buck, so to speak. Who should buy the retinaldehyde resurfacing elixir? Anyone that is concerned with premature aging. This is for the person that maybe has a lot of sun damage, a stress causes premature aging, sometimes the incorrect use of prescription strength, skincare products, acne, things like that. So if we've really dried our skin out, we can look prematurely aged. I've seen some people in their 20s too. This resurfacing elixir is going to get your skin back in shape. This is my first spelling mistake, so I'm actually kind of impressed with myself. This is supposed to say healthy aging. This is sort of like someone in my age bracket where I'm getting a little bit older. I'm approaching 45. Acne, of course, combats a lot of the inflammation, pigmentation, balances oil production for acne. Scarring, pigmentation. Scarring usually is from acne. And then the pigmentation could be like sun damage or melasma, like hormonal type pigmentation. And then we have anyone with a dull complexion. So often a dull complexion is from dead skin cells not properly sloughing off and then lack of circulation. You can see how retinol, because it increases the turnover, is going to increase circulation, right? And you do find that people who consistently use a retinaldehyde, like the resurfacing elixir, have a really beautiful rosy glow to their skin. Okay, tips for you. So you've got your bottle at home. You are going to do some professional treatments. What are some tips to make sure you use it correctly? Daily sunscreen. I mean, we're going to tell this to you regardless of whether you take it home or not. Um, the main tip that I have with this one here is what a lot of us might do at night is we get home, we wash our face, we want to get our makeup off or whatever. So we wash our face, we do our nighttime routine. Maybe we put on we put our resurfacing elixir on, but then we go lay on the couch or the bed or we sit down, whatever, and we're on our cell phones or we're on a laptop and we're on a screen that's like 6 inches from our face. Well, I have to tell you that gives you sun damage. That is UV light damage as well. So this tip, if you're going to take anything from this information session today, try your hardest to be screen free at least an hour before bed or 30 minutes before bed. Once you've put your phone and your laptop on airplane mode, put them away, then wash your face, do your retinol, your whole routine. That's how you're going to do it. No more screens. Once you've washed your face at night, you're done with the screens. Do not overuse, right? We talked about that. People get so excited, right? And I have to say, this is pretty much what I did. I used it every single night. And I was like, what's going on? Like, I had a little bit of micro peeling. All I did was back off. And my skin is like, as I said, it's like the most amazing it has ever been. Get tons of compliments on my skin. And I totally understand why people want to do that. But just remember to start slowly, be consistent, and you can build it up over time. So don't forget to alternate it with exfoliation. It is a stimulating product, right? We don't want to overstimulate or overwhelm the skin. And I know when we have something like really heavy premature aging or pigmentation or acne, we just want to do all the things. You want to do all the things. You want to get rid of I totally understand. But simplicity is key in this case. So you want to alternate it with your exfoliating serums, your exfoliating masks, your manual exfoliations, okay? Do not do them on the same day to start. Take a look at what else you are using. I see this a lot also where people are like, I'm only using retinol like once a week. My skin is freaking out. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go through and look at all the other products you're using. And like I had one client, every single product she was using had tons of different exfoliating ingredients in it. And like things like alcohol. And so she was like drastically drying out her skin and then exfoliating the crap out of it and then expecting the retinol to come in and save the day. I think the skin just gets a little overwhelmed. So take a peek at what you're using. If you're ever confused or you need help, that is what Team Wildflower is for. I help clients all over the world. I've had people in the UK and the States. So we are super happy to hop on a one-on-one with you and go through your products and figure out how you can introduce the resurfacing elixir and retinaldehyde into your skincare routine. Use it at night. If you're worried about having any kind of side effects, you can start using it at night. Listen to your skin. So what that means is I find a lot of us kind of go on this kind of robotic, rote routine where we kind of stop thinking about what we're doing and we go step 1, step 2, step 3. You need to start listening to your skin and adapting your skincare routine as needed. So some days it may look a little different. Some weeks it's a little different. Some months it's a little bit different. Your skin will communicate to you and tell you if it's loving it or if it's telling you to back off. Keep stress at bay. So, this again is a whole other information session that I could do about stress. We know that stress causes harm in the body. We know that it can potentially cause cancers and illness and dis-ease, but a lot of us are not fully aware of the amount of effect it has on the skin, especially if you find that you have a lot of sallowness or lack of circulation and that kind of thing, right? So one simple tip is to incorporate deep breathing. learn how to do a proper deep breath. We have videos on YouTube that you can watch that show you how to do this. There's body scans that you can do to bring relaxation into your life. So it's just a good tip. When you are relaxed and you're doing your skincare routine, the products will actually penetrate deeper. So you will get more out of your skincare routine if you're practicing your routines when you're not stressed. I love this typo right here because it's in the word mindful, which is a slightly ironic. Be mindful of thoughts and maybe be mindful of your typing. But so this is here because I know a lot of us don't say very nice things to ourselves while we are taking care of our skin. This is especially true if you've been dealing with things like acne, or I've heard some people that hate the way that they're aging or something, right? And they're like, oh, this is really horrible. And, they're focusing on this. And these are the thoughts running through their mind while they're taking care of their skin. So we have to be mindful of that, because when you become mindful of it, you can change it. You can make it something neutral. You can replace it with something positive if that's available to you. But so this listening to your skin, keeping stress at bay, and being mindful, super, super important. Super important, because you're going to spend so much money on these gorgeous products and do all the things. But if our minds are racing, we have the monkey mind going, we're super stressed out, and we're breathing super shallow, and we're saying really awful things to ourselves in our heads, it's just not conducive to getting that beautiful skin that you want. And then this one down here, stop using 48 hours before waxing. So don't forget, we said it does thin the stratum corneum, the very outermost layer. And we just want to avoid any kind of issue with waxing. But yeah, stopping 48 hours, boom, you're good. Okay, so this is the end of the presentation on retinoids. I hope that it was very informative and that you feel more confident and excited about potentially introducing the resurfacing elixir into your home care routine, and maybe booking what our new TCA and retinol skin peels that we bring into the spa. And so these peels are super new to Wildflower. They're the strongest peels that you can get without a dermatologist. And we have a beautiful special right now that you get 3 for $2.99, which means you save $88, which means you save a whopping $88. So it's an amazing deal. That's going to be going on till mid-November. And of course, reach out to Team Wildflower if you have any questions. You don't actually have to book a one-on-one if you don't want to. If you just need some help with any of our products or services, shoot us an email at info@wildflowerspa.ca. And of course, we are absolutely going to help you. The links to our online store will be posted depending on how you're receiving this. It'll be posted somewhere for you so you can access our online store, so you can check out the resurfacing elixir. I'll provide you with the booking link so you can book the first of your peel series starting next week. Yeah, it is all very, very exciting. And if you are new to our Wildflower community, super happy to have you here. You can connect with us online on Instagram, and there is a link in Instagram for you to join our newsletter. And we send out tons of articles about skincare and slow beauty. And almost every single month, we're launching some new workshop or information session, just constantly trying to educate you with the best and most effective skincare that there is out there. So thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I hope to see you in the virtual world, and I hope to see you in the spa. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Thank you.